Hey there, it's Kate back, and it's a Tuesday, and I just want to talk to you today. I'm going to do a series this week on what we have been talking about, and that is unwanted behaviors and breaking that loop of behavior. The reason I want to do a series this week on this is because of the simple reason this is a subject that affects everyone. I didn't miss out on this. You didn't miss out on this. We all have repetitive behaviors that actually are unwanted in our lives. And they come from all different sorts of places in our lives. They can come from just belief systems that we've had. And when I say belief systems, things that we've been taught in our childhood or growing up, or perhaps a friend has influenced us in this behavior in some way. But this belief system, or this belief, if you like, is now entrenched in your brain and is in there, and it sets up a cycle of belief that whenever something triggers that belief that you have, then it goes into operation, whether you want it or whether you don't. Some of the triggers we have around these beliefs are where we've executed them. Okay, I'm sounding like, I'm not going to get this in the end. I get it, but I want you to be able to get it. So belief system may be, you've grown up being taught to clean your plate. You've always had to clean your plate. When you were a little girl, you sat at the table and you cleaned your plate. Do you know that was a thing in my household? My sisters and I would be forced to sit yes, we were forced to sit at the kitchen table with the leftovers on our plate, and we were told to eat and clean our plate. Well, what if we weren't hungry? That belief system was instilled in us all the way along. I think both my sisters and I tend to serve up larger helpings than we should if we're serving them to other people in particular, which is why these days I very rarely serve someone their plate. I tend to do family dinner style or buffet style, whichever way you want to put that, because I believe that everybody has the right to choose how much they want to eat and don't have to feel guilty, especially if they're eating at somebody else's place, if they leave something on their plate. This could be a belief system that you grew up with. It certainly was one that I did. And I have many funny stories. I can remember one night when I was a kid, I hated beans and I hated peas. I don't know. One of my kids used to tell me, actually, I think it was my oldest son, used to tell me peas taste like sick. Well, I don't know whether they tasted like that for me, but I didn't like them much. I just did not like them much. And I didn't like green beans either. Funnily enough, today I like most vegetables. I still don't like olives and some strange things. I learned to eat asparagus when I was pregnant. I had a craving for, actually, this is really great, really healthy for you too. Asparagus on toast with some melted cheese across the top. Absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. But you may have been taught that you may have only wanted one piece of toast, but there was 4 pieces sat down on your plate. There was a big helping of mashed potatoes, a big helping of peas, a big helping of beans, and some of it you didn't want, and some of it you couldn't eat, but you did. And that set up a belief system, believe it or not, that you could still be carrying around today, that somewhere in the back of your brain, it's not conscious, it's totally subconscious, but it's telling you to eat and clean your plate. Not eat the plate, but eat all your dinner and clean the plate. This is a belief system that we don't need anymore. You are quite capable of being a grown-up adult and knowing and learning to identify when you don't need to eat anymore. Then it may be another habit for you. You may end up drinking more glasses of wine than you should because, when you go to a party or when you go out to dinner, the wine seems to just keep flowing. And in the end, you're actually over drinking more than you really want to. And you're not really in charge of that. These are the triggers, these are belief systems. What I'm talking about is the triggers. What triggers these belief systems into action? Well, there's a lot, and identifying those triggers that kick you into that place where suddenly it's like your brain turned into mush and you're not thinking anymore, and you reach for whatever that specialty is. And if you want to know mine is the bag of Lay's. I have been known to hide particular packets of potato chips in my house because I like potato chips. I don't particularly like flavored ones, but I love potato chips. I have been known to hide them. It's my trigger. If I want a comfort food, if I am not thinking, if I get beyond what I call a 2, in other words, I start to push into being more hungry than I should be, that's when, instead of taking the time to prepare a normal meal for myself, I'm going to reach for the bag of Lay's I just hid in the back of the pantry there. I'm going to reach for some salty, snacky food. What is it that you reach for? What is it that is your comfort thing that when you get into that place where you are not thinking, your brain has turned to mush, all that is telling you is eat the bag of chips, eat the packet of cookies, eat the this, eat the that, eat the this, drink the this, drink the that. Oh, I feel stressed. Let's have a glass of wine. What is it for you? What is this thing for you? I want you to think about that today. That's your homework for today. Go and think about that for today, because tomorrow I'm going to give you ways to identify those triggers for those repetitive behaviors. That is a crucial step when you identify them. It's a crucial step in managing them or getting rid of them. Tomorrow, I've got several ways, and then I've got tricks. I've got a whole series for you this week that we're going to do on getting out of this loop, unlocking the secrets to getting out of stuck in the loop. Okay, well, that's it for today, and I'm going to see you tomorrow when we're going to talk about some of the ways to identify these triggers. So also, I will have a freebie underneath this that you can go grab. I am going to be talking about a lot more about whole health and how we need to reprogram some of these things that are going on in our brains because they're not serving us anymore, ladies. Lovely lady, it's time to get rid of some of this stuff. We've got holiday season coming up. And I know a lot of people close to me go, I'm not even going to bother. I'll just worry about the 10 pounds after the holiday season. What if you could go through the holiday season and not gain the 10 pounds and not be worrying, not be triggered, and being enjoying the lovely holiday food that we have without feeling guilty? This week is going to set you up for that. So look at the freebie that I'm going to give you underneath, and I will see you tomorrow with some ways that you can start to identify those triggers that are keeping you stuck in the loop. Okay, bye for now, and I will see you tomorrow.